What's up, guys? We're back with another market review. Every single position of ours is in the positive by a lot, so we are swimming in the profits. But let's check what the market is doing, what's going on, so we are ready for what happens next. Today, we're going to see the pulse of the market of the S&P 500 stocks, the dollar, gold, some stocks that we like, oil. Oil is making some moves, and of course Bitcoin and the crypto market. Let's start from the S&P 500. S&P 500 is in the positive and made a big rally from the bottom that it formed, that is up 11% right now. After a big move like this, you can almost look in some of your profits if you are worried that we might come back down, which is the most, I think, plausible scenario, that we might come down for a small correction right now and then keep making moves higher in order to break the prior all-time highs of 4,800 from 2022 on 2024. I think after December, maybe January, February, March. February or March will be the time where we break those all-time highs for the stock market the way this is going. But we are kind of safe because we are back on this uptrend. Every single position of ours is on the positive. But if you're worried that we might see a small correction here, it's a time to take some profits out of the table, out of your positions, and maybe buy in lower if we drop. What I do though, so you know that as well, is I'm keeping my stocks. I'm not willing to trade in and out right here because I'm building my positions on high quality companies that I don't need to trade in that much. My SPGI is up. My position on SPGI, my MasterCard position is up. My Tesla position is the only one that is kind of neutral, but on the positive by like 1 or 2%. And Tesla is the only stock that is struggling right now because it's in this big downtrend that it needs to break if we want to see moves higher. We need to break this level, this resistance right here as it's going down slope resistance, and we need to stay above this 200 support line. But yeah, Tesla is the only stock in my portfolio that is having a hard time right now. Even Louis Vuitton and LVMH is performing well. I would only buy LVMH if we drop below between 6 to 700. Those would be the ideal levels for me to buy, and I think it will be a screaming buy right there. It will be a good time to purchase more of this stock right here, which is still below its 200-week moving average by a lot. So it will slowly come back, but yeah, if it drops back again below 700, I'm buying more. I don't care. It will only be kind of risky. Things will get ugly if we drop below 600. Then things are going worse. But yeah, LVMH is performing well. I'm in the positive on this European stock as well. Shopify has grown and is becoming huge right now. Its earnings were insane. It was up 25% in a day. We were buying Shopify a lot as it was dropping. I increased my position very much here at those levels: 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, and I bought a lot around the 50 area as we were sitting around here. But now that we have rallied so hard and so fast, I'm not willing to buy more Shopify. I have enough stocks for my portfolio. I would only buy if we drop again back closer to 50, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. And I'm not taking any profits right here because we are back in this uptrend, and things will continue to go well for this stock, I believe. MicroStrategy is performing like Bitcoin, so we'll talk about it in a while. Let's go check maybe gold right now. No, before gold, let's check the dollar. The dollar is back on this downtrend that it has, that will last like one more year, I guess, 6 to 18 more months. So as the dollar stocks, this is very good for our portfolios because stocks will go higher, gold will go higher, oil will go higher, and of course Bitcoin will go higher. Sorry for that. So the dollar is going down. That is putting pressure on our stock valuations to go higher. Gold. Gold is close to prior all-time highs. It wants, you see some friction here, but it's staying. It's holding this level, and it wants to grind up higher. So I think those will come soon, as uncertainty grows throughout the markets and throughout the economy over time. I think gold will benefit a lot after this huge inflation that we had since 2019 and 2020. So its time will come. We need more patience, but its time will come. So I don't mind about holding gold. It's the only position that I have in the negative. But I don't mind since its role is being a hedge position. So when everything moves, you want gold to stay static. But when nothing moves or drops, gold will go higher, and that's the role of gold right there. Silver, I don't cover it that much, but uh, I wouldn't buy gold at these levels if I didn't have my position built already. I have the position I have is on GDXJ, which is the junior gold miners, and those are good levels. If you don't have any and you want to see bigger moves when gold starts making new all-time highs, GDXJ will jump a lot back to those levels, like 66. It will be an easy 2x, in my opinion. This is not financial advice, of course, any of this. I'm not a financial advisor, so you should do your own research. Besides that, oil is trying to form a bottom here, which is nice because it gives us one more opportunity to maybe build some of our positions. I started a small position on Exxon right here because it's back in healthier levels. If you check the stock, it made a huge rally from 101 to 120 as oil moved from 65 to 94, but now oil had a huge correction, and it's like the prior correction that it has. If you check it on here, look at that, look at the price range. This was a 25% drop, and look at that, this is also a 25% drop. So oil does that very often, and it's not crazy, but it looks like it will soon bottom out or retest those levels of 73 to 75, form a bottom, and then move higher. If it gets back to 75 again, I'm buying more Exxon. It's a stock I like right now because it's a nice dividend stock in healthier levels. Everything looks good for Exxon right now. Besides that, let's go and check Bitcoin, the last position of ours, but the biggest. When it comes to Bitcoin, what you need to understand is that we are back in a bull market. Since we have reclaimed the 200-week moving average and we are making moves, so big moves above it, and the halving is so close, it's less than 6 months away. The halving is less than 6 months away, which is insane if you actually think about it. So it's coming soon, and as the look at that, for the first 4 years of Bitcoin's existence, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes was 50. Every 4 years, this number is cut in half. The amount halves is called a halving. That is a halving basically. In 2016, it dropped from 25 Bitcoin to 12.5. In the most recent May 11, 2020 halving, the reward dropped from 12.5 to 6.25. And now it goes to 3.125, which is nice because as the amount of Bitcoin generated goes down, its price will go high because people still want the same amount, but there is less available. This means the supply of new Bitcoins is lower, making buying Bitcoins more expensive. In normal markets, lower supply with steady demand usually leads to higher prices. Since a halving reduces the supply of new Bitcoins, and demand usually remains steady, the halving has usually preceded some of Bitcoin's largest runs, which is nice if you ask me. In the image below, you can see that. So we have good news coming for Bitcoin with the Bitcoin halving. We might see a Bitcoin ETF approval. What we'll probably see, if we if we see a fast approval, we will see Bitcoin run and hit a high kinda soon in 2024. But if that takes more time, along with the Bitcoin halving, then we will see a new all-time high at the end of 2024 or 2025, the start of 2025. That's how I think things will play out. It's based on when the Bitcoin ETF will be approved and the Bitcoin halving happens. I think the Bitcoin ETF will be approved either like some weeks earlier than the Bitcoin halving or a couple of weeks later than the Bitcoin halving. I think things will play out around the same time. I think that's how things will go. Just by intuition, let's hope this plays out right. But yeah, Bitcoin right now is sitting at 37,300. It's showing incredible strength right now, which is insanely good. I would like to see a small run of Bitcoin back to 39 to 40k, or maybe even 42, because it has been consolidating here for a lot of time, for a couple of weeks, almost all of November. So like 15 days right now, 15 days. And after that move, I might cut some of my MicroStrategy position to lock in some profits. When MicroStrategy hits like 600 and Bitcoin gets to 40,000. Then I will cut some of my MicroStrategy position, lock in some profits and buy lower, because it's perfectly normal for us to see a small correction of anywhere from 20 to 30%. Bitcoin has those corrections very often when it's running, when it's in a bull market. Like look at that, 38% correction, 23% correction, 15% correction. This is something that is happening very often, and we saw it again here. This was a bigger correction, but yeah, it's not impossible for that to happen again. A small run to 40 before we see a small correction to 30, 32. I think when I checked the prices from 40k, for example. Oh, that is the wrong chart. Let me do a price range. From 40k, 20% is 32k. A 20% correction from 40k is 32k. A 25% correction from 40k is 30,000 basically, and a 30% correction is 28,000. Those are the possible levels that Bitcoin will hit if it has a correction here after this huge run that it had. So I would buy Bitcoin if I see it below 32k again. Those are great levels for the long run, and hold it. So as Bitcoin goes higher, Ethereum follows along with the smaller altcoins. But Ethereum presents an opportunity right here because its prior all-time highs are at 5,000. So this is nice because as Bitcoin goes back to making new all-time highs, Ethereum will be even higher. Like I think Ethereum will make new all-time highs even before Bitcoin. It's not impossible for that to happen. And we might see a 10,000 Ethereum this time. It will be insane. But yeah, guys, this is how I see the market going. Hope you enjoyed today's market review, and I'll see you in the next one.